Right. Again, I have bowed down to peer pressure from my YouTube comments to test ride the Yamaha MT-10. I can't tell you the amount of comments, almost as many as what were hassling me to ride the almost as many as what were hassling me to ride the Speed Triple, actually. In fact, let's go, aren't we? And try out the motorway. Yeah, loads of people love this, and I think it's that sort of R1 cross-plane crank engine noise that everybody loves. I get that, you know. The R1 does sound nice. Oh yeah, that sounds lovely. My main issue with this is, look, I'll be honest with you, I had no intention of test riding this, and it was because I just think it looks a bit weird. It looks a bit like Wall-E, you know, the robot Wall-E. I'm sure I'll be putting up some relevant clip right now, but it looks a bit like Wall-E. Yeah, what do you think? What do you guys think of the looks? I'll stick up some gratuitous B-roll now and see what you think.
Keep thinking that I could have done something, but now I'm left with an empty heart. No making amends, no waking up beside you and holding you till we forget it all. How could I know there was no second chances? Like dominoes, my life got really scattered. You couldn't keep the door shut, and now the frostbite's creeping in. 'Cause I've been stone cold since you left me here, so come home. Why won't you reappear? Things that I said came out totally wrong. Can't speak of the truth when it's tainted. I fell into a big black hole. It got me stone cold. Wizard of Oz can undo what I've done complete.
Right, so very first impressions are it's really comfy. It feels a lot like the ZH2 riding position wise and sort of size wise. Super comfy seat. There's a very instant throttle response. I'm in the middle mode at the minute. I'll play around with those in a bit, but I've got to be careful because it's absolutely freezing today. It's mid-October. Roads are dry, but there are sort of greasy bits, so I just got to watch that. Yeah, really comfortable. Bars are nice and high. Seats comfy, like I said. Brakes are super sharp, actually, just round town. They're nice. The bike feels fairly basic. I'm trying to be polite here. I mean, it doesn't need to be advanced, but if you think about the clocks, for example, on the Street Fighter or the KTM even, and the fit and finish of like the Aprilia and the Ducati again, it kind of sits in a slightly step below those bikes. from a sort of fit and finish. It doesn't feel poor quality, I am not saying that. I'm just saying it just feels just a step below, but then again it's a big chunk of price below. Yeah, I think they're about 13 grand list, so you're talking 5 grand less than the Street Fighter. That's a big chunk of change, and it has to be a consideration when buying a bike like this, like a more of an everyday bike that's meant to do everything. 5 grand, you could make a lot of mods on this with 5 grand. It's going to pay you insurance, it's going to put you a loud exhaust on, you know, do whatever you want really with 5 grand. Yeah, it feels really light actually, really nimble, quick to turn underneath me. The sound so far is pretty nice. It's only a standard cans, it's pretty quiet, but you can hear that big bang cross-plane crank engine grumbling away. Pretty nice. Yeah, I'm just thinking, like, if you look across here, and paint's nice, paint finish is nice, but it's just the dashboard and everything else, it's fairly like I say, basic feels a bit harsh, but it is basic. I mean, that's not a bad thing though. Everything's there that you need. Revs, speed. Ooh, you can imagine this thing with a D-cat and a tasty exhaust would sound the bollocks. As I was saying, I've took this out for a test ride because I'm still waiting to make a decision on the Super Naked. You've seen I've been riding my KTM 350 XCF for a while now, so there's no point in buying a Super Naked really until we're coming out of winter. And there was that many people in the comments on YouTube, try the MT-10, try the MT-10. And I never considered it because of the looks, but the peer pressure got too much. And being honest, I had a bit of time free today. I rang them up and see if they got one free, and they did, so I thought, you know what, why not? And then I looked at the price, I was like, 5 grand, you can make a lot of mods. You know, you can make this bike look and sound way, way nicer. The mid-range is really good, and the low range. Oh, fucking hell, there's plenty of power. See, look at this shit on the roads everywhere. That's compounded because it's October and it doesn't dry. There's just building going around everywhere at the minute. Gearbox feels okay. It does not feel as slick as some of the others. Like I said, there's no auto blipper down. It's not a bad thing. It's, again, you get what you pay for. Whoa, the power. I'm going to take this on a motorway just to match it up, because it sits in a similar place to that ZH2, I think. The comfort of this, so that's another thing. Suspension is not bad. It's not as comfy as ZH2. It's a little bit jiggly actually. Let's see if the modes make any difference. Where's the button for them? There we go. Right, we've gone into mode 1 now. I don't know if that affects the suspension. No. So it's not electronic suspension. Then again, it wasn't going to be at that price, was it? Yeah, gearbox is okay. Quick shift is okay. You do miss that auto blipper, but just another excuse to blip the throttle yourself and feel like you're an old 1990s World Superbike racer. Feels a little bit wallowy. Christ almighty, it's all about that engine though, this. It's all about that engine. Bloody hell. I would say, actually, out of the ones that I've ridden, KTM, maybe not, it probably sits similar to Tuono, around there. Not quite as urgent, I'm talking low down grunt here, sorry. Not quite as urgent low down as the KTM, but there's not much in it. Excuse me, there's not much in it. Similar feeling to the Tuono. Oh, it's literally from 4,000 RPM. More low down mid range than the Street Fighter. for sure. I'm not sure I think it sounds as nice though. I mean, I like it. I think with an exhaust on that engine would be cool, but I do think the Ducati, when you get it singing, sounds nice. That Ducati from a standstill does sound a bit like a tractor. Sorry, Ducati. I'm not really. Whoa. It's actually, the sound of it's actually making me want an R1. If the R1 got updated and had decent brakes, because I need decent brakes for track days, I'd be in the queue, mate. Put an 2021 update on that bike. Right, let's see what we do on the motorway. Whoa, the throttle response is fucking hell. Right, I got it in mode 1. That's got quite a sharp throttle, quite a jerky throttle, so that's in mode 3. Oh, okay, the sales guy got it wrong. Surprise, surprise. So I think mode 3 might be the less aggressive. Yeah. It feels like mode 3 is less aggressive. Whoa! Fuck me. The power is great. Like boring stuff on the motorway. Yeah, I'm sat literally like armchair. Lovely and comfy. I'm getting buffeted, but fucking, I'm on a super naked. What do you want? Right, I'm gonna go off cam for a bit and test the performance on this. Okay, so I can confirm at motorway speeds, this thing is fucking rapid. And listen to the revs as well. Whoa, the sound is pretty cool. Yeah, the sound of motorway there. I just tested out some of the power features that were not camera friendly, shall we say, and it was the noise. I didn't want you guys listening to that wind noise. Yeah, it's fast. Oh god, it's fast. Like I said, if I have to rank these, it's probably not top end, like low down, this and the KTM slightly, then this. This kind of sits with a Tuono for me, feeling wise anyway. I don't know what the dyno says, and I don't really care either, to be honest. But from a feeling point of view, this sits with a Tuono. And then wow, and then mid-range and up to the top, like the Ducati's probably got more top end, but that is quite a top-endy bike. So this is a nice little all-rounder, actually. Way more power than the Speed Triple, but again, like, do you really need that? Yeah, see, the power's just incredible. All these super naked bikes are a bit daft. Like, you don't need any of them, but they're fun. I've got a smile on my face, I'm not going to lie. I've got a smile on my face. For 13 grand, let's be honest, you're going to get it for 12 if you shop around enough, maybe even a bit less. Brakes are alright, they felt quite sharp, but they're not too bad. I do miss the auto blipper though. But then you've got to think, like, how much do you want to mod this bike? You know, is there going to be... It's all about that engine. Nothing else matters apart from that engine on this. Yeah, like it does everything good. Like, it does everything all right. I'd be like the words. You know, I'm a bit of a gut feel person. Throttle's okay, brakes are okay, engine's phenomenal. Other than the engine, everything else is pretty meh. Gearbox is alright, meh. Yeah, not negative meh, just no standout features here. It's really comfy. I could do a fair old few miles on it, I'm sure. Handling's alright, feels pretty stable, but again it's meh. It seems to turn fairly quickly. Look, this is not the review that you're going to get from somebody who's actually good at YouTube, like Lamb Chops or link in the description, you know, or some more MCN. That's not what I'm about. I'm just about giving you an honest view of somebody who's actually going to buy one of these bikes, and where I'd put my money and why I'd put it there. And being honest with you, like I say, the toss-up with this is, are you more happy saving £5,000 than you would be with the excitement factor and the standout like buzz and feeling that this gives you? I guess it depends on your budget, right? Yeah, if you can afford it, you know, I don't know. For £13,000 though, £12,000 even, if you like I said, if you do a good deal, this is a hell of a bike, a lot of bike. Right, so let's give this some, push it a little bit on some more country twisty roads. It's a bit damp, but it's not too bad. See what it handles like out here. It's all been pretty sedate and smooth so far. Oh yeah. Again, it sounds nice. Jesus, the suspension on pushing it a little bit harder on some slightly less than smooth roads, the suspension's not coping great, I have to be honest. It just feels like there's no, the damping just doesn't feel right. It's quite crashy. It feels like soft, but then it hits a bump and it's not, it's like there's no compression, and the compression rebound's all wrong. I'm sure you could set it up, but out the crate it's not right. I don't like it. This road is disgustingly filthy. Yeah, out the crate there's something not quite set up with this, I don't think. It's just damping, just look at it, it's like really bouncy on the front. You push a little bit and the back end, you hit some bumps on the back, it does not soak them up at all. It's definitely the worst suspension out of all the ones I've tested. Out of the crate. Again, big caveat on these, you can set, all the bikes are pretty adjustable, but I don't think you hear my voice actually. It's it's just nearly chucked me out of the seat. It's pretty boingy, to use a real world term. Yeah, suspension's not awesome. I'm not gonna lie. Not at all. Where can we go? All right. Yeah, that's probably one of the worst bits of it actually, the suspension, so far anyway. Like I said, I've been on this a fair while now. I've had a good little run on it so far. If you look, like even tipping into roundabouts, yeah, the back end's not set right either. Wants to run, it's pushing wide a bit, which is generally the back end when it does that. Like steering around town it feels okay, but smooth roads it's nice and comfortable, but I think they've just gone too comfortable, or the compression and rebound are not where they should be. I'm not a suspension expert, clearly. I'm trying to like position it in my head and rank them, and I can't see. Jesus, the suspension. I can't see a world where you'd want to buy this over a Tuono or even a Super Duke or Ducati. I can't see it. It's different. It's a bit, you know, more comfortable. The suspension's really soft, too soft, but again, can fix that, I'm sure. And where it would sit in the pecking order, really. Again, it all depends on what you want and what your budget is. But for £12,000, it's not so bad compared to what, £18,000 for the Ducati. But I'm going to be honest, Ducati's probably £6,000 more bike. Like just the feel of it, the plushness, the suspension was amazing. And like I said, as I've been riding this like not motorway, I kept sort of came off the motorway, did a bit of town riding, came onto motorway and gave some impressions, and that's why you take them for decent sort of multi-road type test rides, because as I've hit some faster roads on this and country roads, it's really shown the suspension up to be pretty weak, being blunt, and it appears the fuel economy is not great either. Not that anyone really gives a shit about that, but I'm on half a tank now. This was on a full tank when I set off. This is a thirsty beaver. So they say. Right, we're going to have some more twisties and just give it one more suspension chance. Right. The engine is just so rapid though. Yeah, it turns in, but it's a bit lazy, a bit wallowy. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah, it's not giving me much confidence. Like, if you remember, watch back to my Triumph Speed Triple video, or even the Ducati one, like the immediate confidence you got from those two bikes, the handling, it's like you feel it immediately. It's something quite palpable. But like the first corner or two you dip into in this, fucking hell, the power. It's certainly winning the swearer meter. But the first sort of corner you dip into, you lose a lot of that confidence, because the suspension, oh my god, it's just bumpy and crashy. Something just doesn't quite feel right with it. I'm not exactly sure what it would need, but it would definitely need the guys at Park It Performance Racing, shameless plug for those heroes, it definitely need them to have a look at it. Alright, so not to make this video an hour and a half long like I usually do, what do I like about this? Engine rapid. It's fucking crazy. Engine's great, the noise is good, like I say, the can's holding it back, but stick a loud exhaust on this, it'd be good. I like that. I like the price. I think it's good value for what it is. I think it does most things decent. I think that's a fair comment. I think it does most things decent or okay. That's how I feel about it. You know, gearbox is okay, but what I don't like about it, the suspension is the standout thing. As I've pushed this a bit more and ridden it in a spirited fashion, as they say, the suspension's really shown its limitations. Whether or not it could be dialed out, maybe, but look, I'm test riding these like everybody else, out of the crate, like a normal everyday Joe. So suspension is definitely a limitation. I think the fit and finish, again, look, it's okay. That's what I don't like about it, actually. Everything's just okay. There's nothing that you could hang your hat on and say, God, I love that. You know, the engine, maybe yes, but it's, in comparison to all the other bikes, you know, it's as good, but you know, it's not better. The engine, for me, like I like the smoothness and the rush of the Ducati. The Super Duke R's got more low down power. The Tuono's probably very similar, but got more, maybe slightly more linear power delivery. ZH, this is very similar to a ZH2 actually, as stupid as that might sound, because that's supercharged and all that shit. But it's very similar to that bike, in sort of the positioning of it when if you were thinking about buying a bike. And Yeah, so they're the main things that I don't like about it. It's a bit meh, basically, and the suspension could do with some serious sorting out. But the engine's great. If you want a bit of a hooligan bike for cheap money and you want to do some mods on it and, you know, get the suspension dialed in, maybe this is the right thing for you. But it doesn't feel particularly special to me. It just it feels like a good bike, you know, decent. That's how I talk to my friends about it, and I'd say it's decent. It's all right. It's okay. And that's like if I had to pick one thing about it, other than the jiggly suspension, yeah, good bike, decent, 12 grand, what could go wrong? If you're in the market for something nuts for about 12 grand, this would be what I would buy. Am I going to buy it as part of my Super Naked for the Road series? No, definitely not. But I don't hate it. I just don't love it. I think that's probably the perfect way to wrap up the video. Look, thanks very much for watching. I think, holy shitballs, by the time you watch this video, I will have hit 1,000 subscribers. Unreal. I started this channel in March with a view to, you know, just pissing about, really. I never thought I'd get 1,000 subscribers, but to have got 1,000 subscribers in 6 months is A, amazing, and B, testament to the sheer amount of boredom that has gone on in COVID. You guys must be terribly bored, and I'm sorry for inflicting my bollocks on you. But listen, in all seriousness, I'm super grateful for everybody who subscribes. Absolutely, almost everybody is super positive. And I can't thank you enough for that. Just taking the time out of your day to even bother to leave a nice comment is pretty humbling, actually. So I really appreciate you. I hope I can bring some more interesting content to you. It's a bit of a struggle bus over the winter, but we've got Jerez coming up, which should make up for a big chunk of that. So look, again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked the video, and I will see you on the next one.